of the Special Task Force for Upstream Oil and Gas Business Activities, my esteemed colleagues, Mr. Sari Pijaya, Chairman of Agency for Maritime and Fishery Research and Human Resource, and other colleagues of the Minister of Marine Affairs and Fisheries, distinguished speakers, guests, and participants in Indonesia and overseas. First of all, I would like to thank the Almighty God for the blessing and good health so that we remain active and able to work despite this trying time caused by the COVID-19 situation. Today, I'm delighted to be surrounded by a collection of excellent experts, researchers, and talent in marine and fisheries field, and it is a pleasure to welcome you all in this virtual seminar on marine and fisheries role in energy sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, marine and fishery is interconnected to energy sector. There are about 600 oil and gas, 100 platforms are no longer active and need to be removed immediately as its own technical and financial challenge. On the other hand, Indonesia tropical water are ideal ecosystem. This condition offers a real opportunity and at the same time maintaining and caring for the health of marine environment. The Minister of Marine Affairs Consortium to conduct research and study on the re-utilization of abandoned offshore platform for marine and fishery sector. The reason for the re-utilization of platform, namely a platform for official reef, offshore aquaculture site, recreation site, renewable energy hub, cold storage, military base, or research station. Ladies and gentlemen, with the spirit to further our collaboration, in July 2019, Indonesia and Korea have decided to establish and operate the Korea-Indonesia Offshore Research Cooperation Center. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I would like to congratulate BRSDM and Korea Maritime and Ocean University Consortium for the hard work as well as the excellent collaboration with other stakeholders, including the Coordinating Minister for Marine Affairs and Investment, SKK Migas, and other parties who have contributed in this project. I hope you find the seminar informative, and I wish that this would be a real step for us to expand our collaboration in improving the role of marine and fishery in the energy sectors for the welfare of our coastal.
Bapak Ibu, selanjutnya acara akan dipandu oleh moderator yaitu pemikiran dan Bapak Menteri, Bapak Ibu sekalian. Demikian acara pembukaan kegiatan pagi hari ini. Terima kasih atas kehadiran Bapak Menteri, Bapak Kepala dan Bapak Ibu sekalian. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Berta. Thank you, Mr. Minister of Marine Affairs and Fisheries, for the keynote speech. I believe we are very, without any further offshore platform decommissioning between Korea and Indonesia. And the time is yours, Professor Oh, please. Professor, I think you have to unmute it first. Voice, sorry. Okay, while we waiting for the technical issues from Professor O, maybe we can continue first to the next speech will be Bapak Julius Wiratno from SKK Migas, and he will talk about platform decommissioning status in Indonesia, opportunities and challenge. Bapak Julius Wiratno, and you may start the speech, please.
Terima kasih, Mbak Niken. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera buat kita semua. His Excellency Mr. Edi Prabowo, Minister of Marine Affairs, Fisheries, and our colleague from Minister of Marine Affairs and Fisheries, and you, my friend and colleague from South Korean, who's participating in this international seminar. I'm glad to be invited in this session. Thank you very much that SKK Migas gave an opportunity to share some information related to the platform decommissioning in Indonesia, the latest status, and give an update on the where we are, and then about the challenge and opportunity related to this decommissioning platform in Indonesia. Thank you very much. I like to have run quick, so it's given a limited time, and scheduled for 5-10 minutes. With this, I've prepared some slides. Niken, you may go ahead with the first presentation first. All right, next, please. Next, please. All right, this is general information about the oil and gas, upstream oil and gas in Indonesia, where we have a number of assets, either subsurface or surface asset, which is spread from west to eastern area in Indonesia. But the most important thing that I'm going to share related to this morning topic is about the platform, especially offshore platform, which is now will be decommissioned soon, as mentioned earlier by Minister in opening speech. That yes, we have 630 platform now in Indonesia. It's been installed, and some of them has been running very well, and some of them was already abandoned and then need to be decommissioned soon. Please let it move down, Bu Niken. Next, please. Yeah. Oh, this is number of. Yeah, this is talking about plug and abandon the status, but there's no correlation with today topic, this morning topic about that platform decommissioning. But there is a asset that we have for need to be abandoned, and part of that whole decommissioning, what we call in Indonesia is ASR, abandon and site restoration. So decommissioning of the platform is part of that activity we call so-called ASR, abandon and site restoration program. Please, next presentation, please. Next, please. Yeah. Okay. This is about the platform. Well, about the platform now. Sorry, it's moving. Back to the previous slide, please. Yeah. Previous slide, please. Sebelum we call it aging facilities because there's number of 160 platforms were built up before year 1970. So it's been really old platform, and some of them has been not really in operation now. They abandoned, but not decommissioned yet. So ready to work together in this collaborative effort with our related function to work about the decommissioning this platform. And it's very important for us, as mentioned earlier by Minister, that will affect the navigation and other related safety issue that we need related to this platform. Next, please. Okay, this is information of location where all the platform are located. But mostly from that number of more than 600 platforms are populated in area of Java Sea, which is north of West Java Islands, and another that's about 300 more than 337 platform, and then highly populated also in east of Kalimantan Islands, which in right in Makassar Strait. They are populated about 193 platform. So this information quite important for us. From that number of 630 unit platform, now we have 102 platform which is really not operated. We have expanded also abandoned in old version or 6 platform already, and now we are operating about 522 platform at the moment. So again, this latest information that 102 platform need to be decommissioned soon. Okay, next please. And here is I want to share the information about the decommissioning platform, but this is not really decommissioned by design, but incident. We have experienced incident last year in West Java, the area working area operated by the Pertamina Hulu Energy offshore Northwest Java, which is we have drilling activities, and then there is uncontrolled station, and then we got some incident in the platform, and we decided to cut and now the platform is being refurbished and for further utilization, decommission, and then it's been done. It's been proved successfully and safely. But now the next topic that we are going to face in the next couple of years is about this utilization of the abandoned platform or decommissioned platform. Is going to be used as mentioned earlier, could be rig to reef or rig to fish farm. There's something to be developed and expanded in the next future. Next, please. All right. So, well, again, this is about the regulation and permit that related to the decommissioning platform in Indonesia. It's quite complicated. There's something to be the challenge. One of the challenge to us that once we want to decommission the platform, we need to work together, cooperate with another function internally and a technical minister to really carry out this work. I just want to share that all this of the asset related to all the asset in upstream oil and gas in Indonesia actually belong the government and GQ as Ministry of Finance. So administratively, actually, we need to get approval from Minister of Finance to get write off this asset prior to be decommissioned. We, when Sebagai Migas is doing some kind of review and evaluation about the subsurface, and then finally decided not economically to be further developed and then not to be further use this platform, and then we decided to hand it over and then to be decommissioned, to be cut and decommissioned. But there's the next slide that I can share with you all that there is a challenge and opportunities later on in the last couple of slides. But again, this is the work program structure on decommissioning. We had a discussion with our colleague from UK last time about the cost component of that activity of decommissioning. Start from the early of activities, and then about the cost, how much spent for that decommissioning platform. So the most costly for the activity is about the well abandon, especially for the offshore. When offshore well, subsea well abandon is quite expensive because we want to mobilize the offshore fleet for sure to carry out this work. So 40%, more than 40% of the cost structure here is part of that well decommissioning. For that offshore topside and structure is only for maybe less than 15% of that cost related to decommissioning. For overall what we call overall of the decommissioning, start from well, topside facilities, and also site restoration. If there is especially an onshore activity, we have a site restoration also. Okay, this is kind of a work breakdown structure. Next, please, Tim. Well, again, this is what I want to share about challenge in platform decommissioning in Indonesia. again, method and technology is one of that, need to be considered in selection of technology, which is what's the most efficient, effective. I'm sure that our colleague from Korean and with a number of discussion with us that offer some good advanced technology which is really cost efficient, effective. So that's something that we want to address also in terms of related to the HSE aspect and issues. And the second challenge is actually about the cost. At the fund, we have a number of issues in Indonesia because from that 630 platform, actually that platform built up based on the old version of PSG productions and contract before 1994. They don't have any kind of fund reserved for that activity, commission activity. But in this platform after 1994, we have already some fund, part of that operating cost to be funded for preparation to conduct the decommissioning activities in future. So there is a part of challenge, and then the third challenge actually is just but the regulation is a bit complicated. And then I'm glad if Minister of Marine Affairs and Fisheries and also with another technical and coordinating minister will work together. I'm sure we'll try to simplify bureaucracy and regulation. We can execute the platform decommissioning much easier. While the before this back to but we can, yes, please. Okay, while we just about the challenge, I offer some opportunities here about the platform decommissioning. That yes, the fund we had already from the platform, news platform, and we have it's already funded, and our new plan of development, that fund is already there for the news platform. But for a number of platform, old platform we call it, it's mostly they are abandoned. We don't have any fund yet. So there's something that we work together with the Korean government last time on that discussion. Engagement with stakeholder for utilization offshore. This is one topic that we are discussing currently now, and with expert and under a research agency, we work together. Try to develop the planning for SK and migas. Now in SK migas also we are now in the process plan in terms of strategic planning related to this abandoned decommissioning platform. So Indonesia has a 630 platform and almost 70% are in condition and need to be decommissioned. This is often an opportunity job creator for us, and then we'll give another benefit for using re-utilizing that structure for another business and creating the value for others. I think that's the number of slides presentation I can share with you all guys. Thank you very much for this opportunity and glad to work together. And I will surely, SKK Migas as a task force in the oil upstream industry will certainly support all this collaborative effort between the Indonesia and Korea and the offshore research and cooperation center related to this decommissioning platform. Again, thank you very much dan terima kasih banyak. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for the speech, Bapak Julius Suratno, and he has already shown us that there is opportunities to reutilization of offshore platform with engagements with stakeholders. However, there are some challenges to overcome, especially the funds. So we'll go back to Professor O. Have you finished with the technical issue, Professor O?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So please, the time is yours.
Sorry, Sarif and everybody. Our computer has some problem. Now I start. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am the chairman of Korea Maritime and Ocean University Consortium, named KMOUC, and the professor of Korea Maritime and Ocean University. My name is Jin Seo-go. I'm glad to give a speech at this webinar session. I believe this is a result of our great effort to overcome the different situations caused by COVID-19. Today, I have prepared a special speech The title of the speech is History of Cooperation and the Development of Offshore Platform Decommissioning between Korea and Indonesia. Firstly, I would like to introduce KMOUC briefly. KMOUC stands for Korea Maritime and Ocean University Consortium, and it is related to cooperating organization and the company on decommissioning, re-utilization, and the engineering of abandoned oil and gas platform in Indonesia. Since February 2014, KMOC and Indonesia Maritime and Fisheries Human Resource and Research Agency has cooperated to conduct joint research cooperation to effectively dismantle abandoned oil and gas facility in Indonesia. Since then, we have had a lot of accomplishment. For example, making an implementing agreement, having a workshop, doing a site survey to ONWZ field, and many more. As a result, in recent years, we have several distinctive achievements, including the feasibility studies conducted in 2017 and 2018, which were tangible proofs that we were getting close to our destination. There was also the establishment of KIORCC, Korea Indonesia Offshore Research Cooperation Center, that was founded in December 2019 to accelerate the reach of our goals. Based on our histories, we are going to keep doing our activity until 2024. In addition to carrying out feasibility studies, establishing master plan, and completing national decommissioning guidelines, we are also holding associated workshop and seminar to prepare our proposal. KIORCC will be taking the fundamental role in the middle of our workflow. Master plan, feasibility studies, and NDZ are core documents we need to carry out what we would like to do. It will be connected to the vision of platform re-utilization, which are lead to live and lead to fish farm. Korean artificial reefs histories began in 1970s. At the time, coastal fishery productivity in Korea decreased due to various reasons, such as overfishing, pollution in coastal waters, and land reclamation. Artificial reefs has been used to control illegal fishing and to attack a great number of fish species, as it provides a good habitat. In Korea, many trials have been conducted to utilize artificial reefs as the solution for recovery of fishery resource. It leads to not only the aspect of fisheries, but also to creation of entertainment content such as recreation, diving, and submarine tourism sites. Now, Korea is challenging the smart fish farm management system for our future. It is in line with the world trend in Europe, America, Japan, and China. With our experience and the high level of technology, along with IoT and big data, I would like to proudly say we can make a big step toward lead to fish farm. In order to get closer to our vision of our platform reutilization, I would like to say we need the active support from Indonesia to make unknown data into data known. I believe this webinar will be a trigger to boost cooperation between Korea and Indonesia. And in the end, our achievement will deliver significant economic and environmental benefit to both countries. Finally, very truly, I tell everyone, you should advise and help us so that we'll produce an excellent result between Korea and Indonesia. Thank you. Thank you for your kind attention to my speech. I wish you all well, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor O. We also hope that the cooperation for research and development between Indonesia and Korea will still continue and bring benefits for two countries. So the next speech will be from Bapak Purbaya from Coordinating Ministry of Maritime and Investment, Kemenko-Marves. Will be the last speaker for the session 1, and Bapak Purbaya will explain the participant about the Indonesia policy for abandoned offshore oil and gas platforms today. Bapak Purbaya, the time is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to His Excellency Minister Dr. Edi Prabowo and his team at the Ministry of Ocean Affairs and Fisheries as the organizers of this webinar. Secondly, good morning as well to the Chairman of Agency for Ocean and Fisheries Research and Human Resource, Director General for Aquaculture Operations, Deputy SKK Migas, colleagues representing various government agencies in Indonesia, the representative from the Korean Maritime and Ocean University Consortium and Korea-Indonesia Offshore Research Cooperation Center, and to other participants from Indonesia and the Republic of Korea. I hope that all of us and our families stay healthy in this uncertain period. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that most of us are already aware of the presence of over 100 of oil and gas platforms in Indonesian waters, which are currently in post-operation stage. It is in my understanding that the jurisdiction of international legal regime of the sea does not apply to such structures situated within a state's territorial waters. However, the principle is thus any installations and structures which are abandoned or disused must be either partially or entirely removed. If we look at law and regulations in Indonesia, especially the government regulation number 17 of the year 1974, requires that all offshore mining installations that are no longer operational to be removed with regard to safety and security of navigation sea lanes. Meanwhile, the government regulations number 34 of the year 2004 states that all goods and equipment directly used in upstream business activities are assets of the state. By our own law, the Indonesian government, as the legal owner of these assets, is therefore responsible for their removal. There had been reported and unreported incidents over the years involving abandoned oil and gas platforms. Fortunately, we have yet to receive any report of major safety incident. Regular checking and maintenance of the abandoned platform is still carried out by former operators, overseen by the government agencies responsible for that. This helps in reducing the navigational hazard posed by the platforms. However, incidents in the future continues to be a possibility. Therefore, the decommissioning of these abandoned platforms remain a major concern of the government. We want to ensure the safety of navigation in Indonesian waters. Aside of this, we are also concerned about the potential harm that might be posed by these structures to the long-term health of the marine environment and their surrounding ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, there has been a strong political energy to resolve the issue. Last year, the coordinating minister Luhut Panjaitan specifically ordered for the removal of the installations to begin as soon as possible. And earlier this year, the coordinating ministry arranged a meeting with the Director General of State Asset Management to exchange views of the matter. The Director General is within the same understanding and had offered his support. With such strong willingness for action, what to do next is to implement that in a timely manner. Removing more than 100 offshore platforms is an enormous task. What we expect from this first series, however, is that we would be able to set up a roadmap of some sort. On another note, as assets of the state, these platforms represent quite a significant value in our books. We also have to consider the large amount of funding that will be required for their decommissioning. There is currently no specific fund allocated in our budget for the removal of the platform installed prior to 1994. Considering these facts, rather than complete disposal, we would prefer solutions that are based on the re-utilization of these assets if such options are implementable. I have been informed that it is now technologically possible to reuse these structures to create value in other ways, aquaculture being one of the fields of potential uses.
Gathered fishes at artificial reefs are measured by gillet, and generally, reef sites are reported to show 3 times fishing catch amount higher than non-artificial reef site. Next, please. We are also promoting the marine ranching business in Korea. We make a fishing ground using artificial reef, and fish seeds like young fish, juvenile fish have released in that place. Moreover, we provide fishing tourism and diving spot to the marine ranches. Yes, next, please. And next, please. Marine ranches in Korea will be made to 50 sites by 2000. And next, please. If, for example, in Korea, trains that were operated are used as artificial reef, and they are served a good diving point, and we are using a warship to make a fish reef. And these warship reefs are installed at a depth of 30 meters. These artificial reefs are attracting many divers, and these have excellent fish gathering effect. Not only Korea, but also United States and Japan are using these recycling objects as an artificial reef. But it takes a lot of money to get rid of contents like oil and plastics to install under the sea. But however, next please. However, the marine oil platforms has no such worries because oil platforms has served as a great reef by itself with many attached organisms under the sea for decades. It can be used as an artificial reef as itself. In fact, in Korea, there are many fish reefs made of steel. As you can see, it is an artificial reef made of steel with a volume of 800 cubics. And it has a lot of fish, and it usually shows about 3 times the fish catch marine ranch in Korea will be made to 50, and it has a very similar structure to the oil platforms, right? The economic effect of the artificial reef site was analyzed in Korea when the volume of one oil platform is assumed by about 5,000 cubic. It has a same volume of 6 times steel reefs in Korea. Therefore, an economic value of more than $1.5 million per site is generated from the sea. In addition, the marine ecosystem will continue to be preserved, and fishermen will get great benefits. Korea has been made artificial reef business for about 40 years since 1971. So we have a lot of know-how about the artificial reef connected with one. And we would like to help to reach the Sea of Indonesia with our technology and with your oil platforms. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. O, for sharing your experience on coral transplantation and marine ranching. For me, the recycling Directorate General Aquaculture, and he will talk about Indonesia toward offshore aquaculture and show us how is the status, the challenge, and the opportunities for offshore aquaculture nowadays. Please, Pak.
What offshore aquaculture? Next slide, please. Yes, I introduce myself. My name is Rahmat M. Rafiq. Now I'm the head of program division in Directorate General of Aquaculture, Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fisheries. Next. Indonesia have a graph. We show that we have 12 million hectares of area for mariculture, but the utilization of this area is small. It's about this is because the challenge for developing the mariculture is the lack of utilization of potential aquaculture areas, because the lack of the access to capital, and also something lack of access for transportation